What's going on, everyone? It's Cops Comics here, back with another video. This is haul number 3 for the channel, and today I'll be showing off the books that I picked up from summer 2025, from May, pardon me, to August. And yes, it, it is February 2026 right now, so this haul is well overdue. But about 7 months ago, I relocated to the Pacific Northwest, to the greater Seattle area. So everything I'll be showing off in this video are from local shows and shops I've been checking out. But to get things started, I'll be showing off some online purchases that I made. So my buddy Brent over at Help Me Find My Keys Comics, he was having a Instagram claim sale where he just posted a bunch of the books on his page for you to comment under the posts and claim the books that you want that are featured, and a whatnot sale in the same week, which is pretty unusual for him. He always has good stuff, so I wasn't complaining. So I claimed a couple of books off his IG, and I also won some live auctions over on Whatnot. So starting out with the books I got off Whatnot from Brent, everything was a $2 start, so I went a little crazy, made some impulse purchases. Once you see what I got, I don't think you'll blame me. First book that caught my eye was Star Wars Boba Fett, Murder Most Foul #3. This is the third issue from his Boba Fett's first miniseries from Dark Horse. So I got #3, #2, and then #1 to top it off. So $6 for the bundle. Pretty happy with that. Next book we got Secret Files and Origins #1, Gotham's Greatest Gangsters. Beautiful Brian Bolland cover here. $2 start. I figured I'd scoop that up. And I won it for $2 as well. After that, I had Deadpool #12. This is the second printing variant. I always see the first print of this, but you don't really come by the second printing variants from this time period of the 2000s, especially for $1 or $2. I know there's only a couple listings on eBay at the moment, and they're well over $2. No takers on them, but just a book you don't see too often. Speaking of books you don't see too often from that same time period, Moon Knight #29. I want to say this is the second to last issue in the run. $2, hell yeah. And then as far as the books I got off Instagram from Brent, these guys say 10, but they were 5. So Legion of Monsters, Werewolf by Night. I know there were a few other characters that had these one-shots. Man-Thing being one of them. I forgot to look it up before doing this, but one or two other characters. Regardless, got Man-Thing and Werewolf by Night. $5 a pop. Then moving on to the next couple sales I attended. Cheese and Keys, shout out Ben. He was selling off some good books that I couldn't pass up for the price that they were going for. Felt like I was almost stealing these. First pair, 2-book bundle, was Justice League of America 74 and Justice League of America 75. This is the first Silver Age appearance of the Black Canary. Was a $5 start. Got it for $12 plus shipping. And in that same sale, I figured if I'm paying shipping, I might as well keep growing my pile. So I also picked up Crime Does Not Pay, 114. Pretty cool golden age crime cover. Got some mobsters throwing some tar on the windshield of an armored truck. Pretty gangster. That was $10. And the next book that I grabbed was Hulk #109. All these early Hulks before issue 120, just Love the interiors and the covers on them. So this was also another $9 grab. Sticking with the Hulk, just in a different title. Invincible Iron Man, number 9. It's Iron Man versus the Cyborg Hulk. Pretty sweet book. This thing's beat to shit though. As you can see, spine's pretty rough. Got some drawing on the Hulk right there, and the centerfold is detached. But I want it for $6. So some Silver Age Iron Man and Hulk, $6. Pretty solid deal, regardless of the condition. And then the final purchase from Ben, Mr. Cheese and Keys, on Whatnot for the summer was Incredible Hulk 104, the Hulk versus the Rhino. I always love it when the big beasts, big characters of Marvel duke it out. Seeing Abomination, Hulk, Rhino all in the same title make for some really fun stories. Throw a Man-Thing in there too. I know there is an Incredible Hulk issue where he fights Man-Thing in the Bronze Age, and that was a blast. Same thing with this one. This was $12. Once again, low grade. Spine's definitely had some love. But been looking to add it to the collection for a while, and always happy to support the buddies on Whatnot. And then it's not a Cheese and Keys show without freebies. So freebies I got from those purchases were Spawn Blood Feud, number 1. Detective Comics Annual, number 2. Batman vs. the Klan, badass story. Huge sized annual. And then Rhubarb, the Millionaire Cat. Pretty interesting book, but I think it's from 1952, so getting that thrown in for free is pretty sick. And then these 2 books here were my final online purchases of the summer. Freddie Gibbs and the Alchemist recently released Alfredo 2, their second collab album, and with that, they collaborated with Michael Del Mundo to create a second comic book in the series. So when the first album came out in 2020 or 2019, they did the same thing, just with a more mafioso vibe to it. And with this one, they have this here with the samurai sword and the ninja stars in the bowl of ramen, as opposed to the 1911 in the bowl of linguine Alfredo. So this was pretty cool. They were selling these on the online shop for $15 a pop. Figured I'd pick them both. A little disappointed on how they were shipped. One of them was pretty ticked up, and they were just like sent in a plastic bag with the t-shirt that I also purchased wrapped around it. But seeing my 2 of my favorite things, hip hop and comics crossover, super cool, especially for an artist like Freddie Gibbs. So figured I'd grab 2. I know currently issue number 1, if you could find one on eBay, selling for about $100 a pop. Doubt it that this one will, as it's still available even past the new year. But just super special pickup right there. One of my favorite artists, so I figured I'd grab 2. Anyways, those were the online purchases. Now it's time to share what I got at a couple of new LCSs I've been checking out. So this first stack here is from Grumpy Old Man's Comics. A ton of really cool high-grade bronze and silver age inventory with some pretty sick dollar bins as well. So to dive in, I'll show you what I got from those dollar bins. Didn't pick up too much from them this summer. I think these were from about July, which is when I didn't check out the shop until. First off, though, got Darkhawk, number 46. These end of the issue runs are pretty hard to come by. Lower print run, This one isn't in the best of shape. Just has a few spine ticks, but for chilling in a dollar bin with no bag and board, oh, shit, I'll take it. Next up, not sure why I picked this up really, but I know just watching Hot Book Alert Live and Tales from the Flip Side really kind of started to widen the books I look out for and the different artists. So this is just a Top Cow swimsuit special I picked up for $1. Thought it was something. It's not, but might as well take the risk when you're only spending $1. It gives you the opportunity to learn something. And then the final book that I picked up from the dollar bin was New Mutants, number 17. Pretty cool magic cover. Typically, whenever I flip through New Mutants bins, it always jumps from 16 through 18 as that book's always missing. And then I found this book just laying around their graphic novel shelves. If it'll fit in frame, there we go. So the Creep Show number 1, it's like a magazine or graphic novel special or something, but it's Bernie Wrightson interiors. Seeing Stephen King, George Romero, and Bernie Wrightson all attached to one thing is really cool. Awesome interior art and story. I love this last panel here. Very Bernie-esque with all the roaches crawling out of this dude's mouth. Would not want that to be me. And then on to the back issues I picked up for more than $1. Typically don't pick up stuff like this. We got the Cry for Dawn number 5 face down, you know what's up cover. Do not want to put this one in the thumbnail, but it was marked at $18, which to me seemed like a pretty good deal. Whenever it sells on eBay, it's for about double that or somewhere in the upper 20s, and listings are well over $18. So there's only one right there. One really noticeable color breaking spine tick right there with the solid red cover and a couple on the top, but it's pretty solid shape. I'll get that off the camera though before my video gets flagged. And as I mentioned in my previous 2 videos, I've been working on completing my run of Weird World Tales from number 1 all the way to issue 50. So in one of their consignment boxes, they had an issue number 1. I don't think I've seen this. Definitely haven't seen this book at an LCS. Probably seen it on a con floor or a con bin, but the price was just so inflated I didn't pay any attention to it. But this guy was listed for $50, which is around fair market value, and what you pay on eBay. It's a VG copy, very well presenting, low tear on the staple, and then some like weird creasing on the top, but it looks really nice. I figured I'd rather support the local comic shop instead of Feebay. So now that I have this, I have issue 1 through 15. I know the goal is 1 through 50, but maybe I'll just call it there, as I got the meat and potatoes of that run. Except for the issue in the 90s, First Creature Commandos. Don't have that on the list, but I guess that's the big boy book of the run now, actually. And then the last book that I picked up from Grumpy Old Man Comics. Really happy and surprised to see this one for this price. Phantom Stranger, number 14. This is the like Swamp Thing prototype, people call it. But yeah, this is the toughest and most expensive book in this run. Super cool cover. Great interior as well. So for $30, a lot of meat left on the bone for this book. but I don't think I'll be getting rid of it. And now on to Fencon, which I mentioned earlier in the video. So this is just a really old school Comic-Con. Half of it is actually coins and stamps, and then the other half is comics. It's set up in like a hotel ballroom, $5 admission. A lot of cool books to dig through, pretty much just local dealers and dudes looking to thin down their collection or say goodbye to books. And that was where I got the first few books from. So one guy was just looking to get rid of a lot of his reading material in his collection for pretty cheap. So first couple of books that I got were Green Arrow, one year later, the complete set. So 60, 61, and 62. Those were $3. And then I also picked up a whole run of Villains United for $3. So 1, 2 on the back, 3 and 4, and then the final 5 and 6. There we go. Yeah, so those were $3 as well. In the booth next to him, just selling off dollar books. Only picked up 2 from him. First one being Green Arrow #1. This is from the Kevin Smith series. And then Marvel feature #5. I was so excited to see this book for $1 that I didn't really look at it entirely. After I bought it, I noticed this like terrible rip in the bottom corner and dog ear. But this is the first egghead, I want to say. I forgot to look at it before the video, but I've been looking to finish the Marvel feature run from about like issue 3 or 4 to #9 for all the Hank Pym Ant-Man stories in there. This is like one of his best story arcs, one of my favorites. So happy that I'm almost done with this. I just need one more issue, I want to say. So even though it's low grade for $1, hell yeah. And then the second to last dealer I bought from, once again, he had a lot of dollar books and also a key that caught my eye that was beat to shit. So it was in my price range. But the first book that I got was Basket Full of Heads. I read the trade paperback of this, but I don't have any of the issues, so grabbed issue #1, fun story. And then I also grabbed the first 3 issues of the Catwoman miniseries, her first one. I like this a lot, how it tied into Batman Year One. I thought this was really fun and interesting. And the last book I got from him that I hinted at was Swamp Thing #1, the first Alec Holland, the Swamp Thing that we know and love in all the ongoings. So this was marked as 40, and then these guys were $1 a piece, but I got it down to 30, so really happy with that. This is a well-loved copy, but the staples are attached, pardon the glare, pretty chipped up in the corner, but I see copies in way worse shape, sell for way more, I want to say. So low grade is better than no grade. And then the final dealer that I bought from had the best booth at the show. A lot of great slabs, books on his wall, and really cool back issue bins. All of them were super all over the place. None of them were organized, but there were cool books in there and deals to be had. So I flipped through all of them, all of his short boxes, and I only walked away with 2 books, but 2 bangers, to say the least. So I was kind of in shock when I pulled this out of the bin. I'm not putting these books in the center, pardon me. Punisher 102, super famous, not super famous, but one of the more sought after books in the Punisher run. This bullseye cover with the Punisher skull reflecting off his knife. This book always commands a premium. And $35, even though it has some like type of, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, like some type of white fingerprint. I'm not sure if that's paint, but besides that, it's a pretty minty copy. Pretty damn good looking. So maybe I'll try to get that off. If it does come off, it'd be a great copy. And this other book, been wanting it for a little while. I don't collect a lot of ASM, but I do like collecting early Spidey crossovers. I think it's really cool when he appears in different titles, especially Strange Tales Annual #2, that Human Torch crossover, sweet book, Avengers 11, and then X-Men #35. So $90 is way too much for me to pay. I did not want to drop that much on a book that day, especially after showing you all the other stuff. So he had this marked at 90, but he was actually doing 30% off his entire booth. So I don't know how much this would have been with 30% off, not doing the math right now, but 60 some bucks. I was looking at it for a while, took it out of the bag and board, was really thinking about it, and Jason, the guys whose booth this was, he was like, let's just do 50 for it, and could not pass that up. $90 is a pretty solid price as is, so $50, decided to walk away with it. And then since this was also 30% off, both these were $75. So definitely a lot of room to get my money back if I decide to let these go. But don't plan on it. At least this one. This one's hard to come by. If I find another one, I might let it go. Wink, wink. We'll see. But after that show, I decided to check out Jason's shop, All American Comics. So final few books of the video, bear with me. He wasn't there that day, unfortunately, when I went in, but when I was in there, I found Sarge Steel #3, First Smiling Skull. I remember growing up seeing Mercenot show off this book in his videos all the time. Super cool. It was marked for 12. And then Supernatural Thrillers #9. Once again, trying to fill out this run. Pretty damn close to finishing it. That was marked as 10, VG copy. And then I found this in their like $2 bin or $5 section, whatever. Gears of War, a prelude to Gears of War #3. So my rule of thumb is anytime I see a video game property book for cheap, I'll pick it up. I don't know what the hell this was, but Gears of War and all the other Gears of War books I know command a premium. After looking this up, not too many copies on eBay, but the ones that are on there are about 30 to 50 bucks. So having that marked as 5, pretty sweet. But for the 3 books, they total out to be 20 bucks. So shout out to Jason and his crew at All American Comics for taking care of me. And that is the haul. Thanks for sticking around if you made it this far to see everything I picked up between May and August. I have 3 other videos in the queue as well to show you what I picked up in October, which will be a great video, November, and then December and January as well. So stay tuned for those ones and see other cool shit, or what I think is cool shit that I picked up. subscribe for more, and see you on the next one. Peace.